The snow came early that year. Too early. Thick. Silent. Heavy. It covered the town like a blanket no one asked for. Elias noticed it first from his kitchen window. Same street. Same houses. Same silence. But something felt heavier. He poured coffee, stared outside, and saw her again. The old woman. She lived across the street. Third house from the corner. White walls. Blue door. She never waved. Never smiled. Never spoke. She walked every morning. Same time. Same path. Slow steps. Today she slipped. Not badly. But enough. Elias froze. She stood still for a moment. Then continued walking. As if nothing happened. He watched until she disappeared behind the trees. He didn't move. He told himself she was fine. People fall. People move on. That was the Norwegian way. Quiet. Independent. No unnecessary help. Still, something stayed with him. That night, the temperature dropped. -15. The wind howled like it was angry. Elias lay in bed. Wide awake. He thought of the woman. Her thin coat. Her slow steps. He turned. Checked the clock. 2:17 a.m. He sighed and got up. The next morning, her driveway was buried. Snow piled high. Heavy. Hard. Elias stood with his shovel. He looked at his own driveway. Already clean. Then across the street. He hesitated. What if she didn't want help? What if he offended her? What if she said no? He remembered the slip. He crossed the street. The shovel cut through snow with a dull sound. Over. And over. His hands burned. His breath fogged the air. It took 30 minutes. When he finished, he stepped back. The driveway was clear. He felt awkward. He turned to leave. The door opened. The woman stood there. Gray hair. Sharp eyes. Straight posture. She looked at the driveway. Then at him. You didn't have to, she said. Her voice was calm. Not cold. Not warm. I know, Elias replied. I just saw the snow. She nodded. Silence stretched. I'm Ingrid, she said finally. Elias. Another pause. Thank you, she added. Softly. He nodded. And went home. The next day, snow fell again. Not as heavy. Elias cleared his driveway. Then hers. This time, she was waiting. She held 2 cups. Tea. Come inside, she said. It's cold. The apartment was small. Clean. Very quiet. No TV. No radio. Photos lined the wall. A man. Younger. Smiling. That's my husband, Ingrid said. He died 5 winters ago. I'm sorry, Elias replied. She nodded. He used a shovel, she continued. Even when his back hurt. They sat. Tea steamed between them. They didn't talk much. They didn't need to. From that day on, it became routine. Snow fell. Elias shoveled. Tea followed. Sometimes coffee. Sometimes silence. Weeks passed. Winter tightened its grip. Dark mornings. Short days. One afternoon, Ingrid didn't answer the door. Elias waited. Knocked again. Nothing. A strange worry crept in. He tried the handle. Unlocked. Ingrid? He called. No answer. She sat in her chair. Blanket around her shoulders. Eyes closed. For 1 second, panic hit him. Then she moved. Slowly. I fell asleep, she said. Embarrassed. He exhaled. From that day, he checked more often. Not because she asked, because he cared. One evening she spoke. "You know," she said, "Norwegians are good at surviving, but bad at asking." Elias smiled. "That sounds right." "I didn't want help," she continued. "I wanted dignity." He nodded. "I didn't want to interfere," he replied. "I wanted to respect." They laughed softly. Winter dragged on. Snowstorms, frozen roads, silent nights. One morning, Elias didn't shovel. He stayed in bed. Fever, cold sweat, weak limbs. 2 days passed. On the third day, a knock. Slow, careful. He opened the door. Ingrid stood there, with soup. "You didn't shovel," she said. "I worried." He smiled weakly. "Come in." She sat by his bed. The roles reversed. "You helped me walk through winter," she said. "Now let me help you through a cold." He laughed, then coughed. Spring came quietly. Snow melted. Ice cracked. Light returned. Ingrid walked faster now. Stronger. One morning, she stopped at the door. "I'm moving," she said, "to my daughter's town. Closer to family." Elias felt something tighten. "I'm glad," he said, and meant it. Her last day came. The street was bare. No snow. No shovel. She handed him a small envelope. "For when winter returns," she said. He opened it later. Inside was a note. "You never asked why I walked every morning. I walked to remember I was still capable. When you helped me, you didn't take that away. You walked beside it. Thank you." Elias folded the paper. The street felt different. Warmer. Years passed. New winters came. New neighbors. One day, a young man slipped outside Elias's house. Elias grabbed his coat, picked up the shovel, and crossed the street, because he remembered. Moral: in cold places, people don't need saving. They need presence. Help is not about taking control. It is about walking beside someone until the snow melts.